We earlier spoke, Swamiji, of space. And I think space is very critical for us to reflect on our actions, on the path that we've taken in life, because finally it's about the journey. How do we build in that space for reflection and the habit for reflection in our lives?
What is taking away space? What takes away space, if you closely observe, what takes away space is a dysfunctional self operating in us. A dysfunctional self, the self which we are too caught up in. Self interest has become a disease in people. Me, I, my religion, my opinion, my ashram, my community, my caste, my family, my prestige. If you see the function of the I, and our whole life is catering to the I. Listen very carefully. In the empirical reality, you need an I. In the absolute reality, if you see, our whole life is self-interest catering to the I. When you are catering to the I every time, the I creates boundaries. The I create boundaries. When I create boundary, I relate to another person who is an egoistic fellow. He has his boundary. When I have boundary, he has a boundary. When both meet, boundaries, only boundaries meet. Two individuals are not meeting. Recently, I think in Times of India, I was there and somebody asked a question about relationships. I said, relationships don't work. And she was shocked. What do you mean, Swamiji? You take workshops on relationship. I said, relationships don't work. The way people are living don't work, in the sense, then I put a pause, the way people are living. Why? You get married to a person, you have a strong identity, ego with a boundary. She has a strong identity, ego with a boundary. And when you two get married, right, your bodies may meet, but your energies are not meeting. So you live like islands contacting. So therefore, a wise way of thinking is learn to drop those boundaries. Now, what do you mean by learn to drop those boundaries? To drop the boundary is, in the sense, don't live only in an I world, please include an I and you world. That's what marriage is, I and you, then your children. Slowly expand the I. And if you closely, deeply observe the I, what I say is I, is this body I is contributed by the trees, contributed by the sun. Without the trees, this body cannot exist, which I say I. Without the sun, this body cannot exist, which I say I. Without this breeze, this body cannot exist, which I say I. So I is connected to the trees, connected to the sun, connected to the breeze. So therefore, I am not an individual, I am a collectivity.
Yeah, you can't be in isolation.
You can't be in isolation. When you see this, that seeing is an ultimate reality. Therefore, in the Gita, Lord Krishna says, Parasparam bhavayantaha shreyaha paramavapsyata. Oh Arjuna, by mutually contributing to each other, understanding the collectivity of things, and parasparam bhavayantaha, mutually contributing, shreyaha paramavapsyata, the ultimate good will be achieved.
You spoke of connectivity, and today connectivity is a core issue for virtually everybody across the world. You're connecting through the internet, you're connecting through all IT solutions, the world is becoming flatter. And yet connectivity, in the true sense, have we reached that stage? Are we going to reach that stage?
Is that going to happen? I don't want to predict. There will be always a class of people who think deeper. There will be always a mass of people who are interested in only their wants. So therefore, it all depends what your value systems are. Our task is to make people realize, please understand, always include the total, and to the extent we can communicate, to the extent people take in, to the extent they are receptive, they get it. Now, to say that the whole world, Buddha has come, Krishna has come, Jesus has come, the whole world has not changed. But people who are willing to change definitely have changed. So our task is to go on giving that sunlight of understanding. Depending upon how each one's receptivity it is, people take. But people have to go through sometimes through some cycles. But nowadays people are questioning deeply, hey, what is this happening to life? You know, we may have connectivity, but are we really connecting?
True.
And I was giving one of the examples in my talk recently, that, you know, just this humorous example, I put a coin to a beggar, and that person, I put a coin to the beggar, then I said, where, I've seen you somewhere. Yeah, we are in the Facebook, you know. So it is like this, we are talking the Facebook. Another person, I went and he's put 2 hands in Bombay, both hands, a beggar. I said, why both hands? He says, business is doing well, so I opened another branch. So beggars are also opening branch now. Business is doing well, but the beggarly quality continues. Right? We meet in the Facebook and he continues to be a beggar. So now this is the understanding we have to go on giving in lectures, all gurus, all masters, in whatever best they can do that, and people who like to change will change. And people who refuse to change, they will not change.